I'm Karen Collins. I'm here today with Barbara Rolls, who's Professor of Nutrition at Penn State University and a widely recognized expert in the topic of energy or calorie density that we talk about here on Smart Bytes very often. And it's a great opportunity to hear straight from the main researcher on this topic some of those questions that you may have about this. It was a wonderful presentation that you did. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for talking to me.
Absolutely. I think one of the kind of headline-grabbing pieces for people who don't hear about calorie density all the time was your sort of opening or title slide is it really smarter to eat less if you're trying to lose weight, or have we missed the boat on that?
Yeah, well, eat less is important for some foods. So if you're eating foods that pack a lot of calories into a portion, obviously you need to manage those portions carefully. But people don't like an empty plate. So I think we need to tailor the message, or refine the message, so that we're showing people how to still have a full plate while they're managing calories.
And that's a reassuring message for a lot of people. So no, you don't have to go hungry. You do have to cut your calories, but you don't have to go hungry to do it.
Right, absolutely. So we need to show people how to lower the calorie density of the foods that they're choosing, because people tend to eat a very consistent amount of food from meal to meal. If you pack lots of calories into that amount, you're going to potentially overeat, but if you reduce the calories per bite, you're more likely to be satisfied with a smaller amount of food. So it's really important for us to really clearly show people how to lower the density of calories in the foods they pick.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the components that I think is really interesting about the research you've done, adding more vegetables is one of the strategies to accomplish this, because they're so low in calorie density. And from a cancer prevention perspective that I talk about so often, we talk about people need to eat more vegetables, so this really fits. But there's a tweak on the calorie density piece, right? I mean, that it's not adding more vegetables to a bad diet, it's substituting them.
Right, and the messages from the government have in the past emphasized substitution rather than addition, but they didn't really have data to show that that was clearly what you needed to do. So we have some new studies that show that if you add vegetables to your plate and don't reduce the portions of the high calorie density meats and grains, you potentially will eat more vegetables, but you won't eat fewer calories. And especially if those vegetables that you add to your plate have sauces, creamy and whatnot, then you're risking overeating. So the key is to substitute the vegetables for the other components of the meal, so you still have a full plate. And keep them as naked as you can. Don't put a whole lot of extras on. Use seasonings and some other flavors.
It can still be delicious.
Yes, absolutely.
Just not deep fried.
Right, pick ones that you love. Because obviously our research is showing that the better you like the veggies, the more likely you are to respond to having more on your plate and eat more.
And so part of that way of keeping those vegetables low in energy density involves not adding too much fat to them, not frying them, not smothering them in cheese sauce or whatever. But it's also interesting that reducing total fat in a meal is part of reducing energy density, but it's actually not the most effective strategy, right?
No, I mean, reducing fat does help to lower the calories per bite, because fat packs twice as many calories per bite as carbohydrate or protein. But there are a lot of health benefits to eating the healthier fats. So, and also fats make foods tasty. So you don't want to cut back on fat so much that you don't like the food anymore. But the fascinating thing is that the most important component of food for lowering calorie density is the water content. Water is the biggest component of the foods that we typically eat. So adding water to foods, and of course this primarily means vegetables, fruits, which are mostly water and have lots of good nutrients that you should be eating more of anyway. That's going to really give you a good reduction in calorie density, and it's going to help you to eat fewer calories and get your veggies up.